Alright, welcome back to the channel. This was a video I recorded sometime back mid-last summer after a river crossing on the GS. And sorry for the dark video, but after the river crossing yesterday and the 30-mile ride back probably, decided to go ahead and pull the oil out of the final drive to check to see if it had indeed been compromised. And yes, most definitely it was. Definitely, if you're going to do water crossing, if you don't get the breather relocation kit from Touratech, or I've got to look into how I'm even going to do that. Anyway, if you don't get that, you're definitely going to be in danger of jacking up your rear end unless you change that fluid immediately. Alright, shed a little bit of light on this subject here. I am in the process of changing out these rear pads as well, but ever since I've had this bike, I've been curious about just how good of a seal the boot has here on it. This bike's sitting around 26,000+ miles right now, so you can see the oil. We're gonna address that. Probably gonna flush that, run it about 100 miles on a fresh set of oil, and then flush that out again. Hope that that'll get it out. But yeah, just to get this thing off, we're just cracking this one bolt out right here. Alright, bolt popped out nice and easy. Let's see what happens on the boot. Yep, there she goes. Okay, so the boot's in pretty good shape. Nice and easy. The thing just popped off. Just a little bit of persuasion. And it looks to be like my U-joint connector is in pretty good shape. It's not really very corroded. I've seen some photos, videos of them in pretty ugly condition. Oh yeah, it's pretty nasty down in there, that's for sure. Not too bad. We'll clean that up. Clean that up with a wire brush, and gonna put some new Moly Lube on that. Call it good. So you can see a little bit of just surface rust corrosion on the U-joint itself. The yolks look pretty good, but there is standing water that doesn't seem to be able to escape inside there. There's no weep holes that I could find, so it's just constantly having moisture inside that chamber. So it's probably a good practice to pull this thing off and clean it every 10,000-15,000 miles or something, particularly if the rust gets into the splines like it did on my case there. So I scrubbed it out with soapy water and a small wire brush, cleaned out the splines best I could, cleaned it up, and used that Moly grease and put those brake pads on as well. You can see the steel brush there, but that gray stuff is just more grease, and the boot didn't seem to have used any sealant or anything from the factory, so I don't know if that would be better to use or not. But and that's just a bottle from Amazon, so you can measure the quantity of the fluid that goes back in there. It's in the beauty section for women's hair or whatever. But anyway, added fluid to it and ran it for about 100 miles, came back, drained it out, flushed it, put new fluid in there, and it's good to go now.